What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the episode today here on Cultivated. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I'm joined with my beautiful co-host, Savannah, who always joins me for the most part. There have been some shows over the years where you have...
Yeah, but not this show. In this show, if memory serves, you haven't joined me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's how it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it has been a while for me because 2 weeks ago you did... women's solo show.
We missed last week.
Then we missed last week.
I was recovering. And
you were in survival mode last week.
I was recovering.
Where did you go? You had a big week.
We did. We had a fun week. I got to go to Orlando with some friends, and as fun of a trip as it was not a super physically restful trip. We had, every morning was a very early morning and lots of physical activity and up and going and late nights, and it was very fun. But by the time I got home on Sunday, gosh, I was dead. And thinking about going back into the week, I was just like, we have to prioritize some rest here. So there just was not physically a time for us.
Because you left on Thursday, and you went to, where did you go?
Orlando, I said that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Orlando.
I
went specifically for a 10K that a few of us ran.
Just a 10K, by the way.
It's just a 10K. Just a 10K.
Only 6 miles.
That is not how I genuinely felt about it, by the way. Prior to this race, I had never run 6 miles in my life. I'd never run 5 miles in my life. I've run 4 miles in my life one time, and that was walk-run intervals. So I had never before done anything like this. But my friend and I decided this was a good decision, last summer when we signed up. It was last summer. And we were like, oh, yeah, it'll be plenty of time. We'll train. Yeah. We'll love it. We'll be we had both relatively recently had a baby when we signed up. And we're like, we'll be feeling good. It'll be, this is almost a year away, whatever. Well, this time comes and the training just did not happen. So we were just fully prepared to just wing it and see how it went. And we did it. And we ran the whole thing and felt great. And it was so much fun. Couldn't be more glad that we did
Disney's got it figured out, folks.
Yes, it was a Disney run. I don't know if I said that. It was Disney.
So, anything with the word Disney in it,
that was the thing. I was like, it's going to be in Disney. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, Disney's a great business model. We're going to charge you $150 to come run here, and then you're going to pay us to then come to the park here and then our biggest stay here and then spend all this money here. It's just it's an ingenious.
But you know what? They didn't get us because we didn't stay there. We didn't go to their.
You didn't stay there. Some of your group went to the park
one day, yeah. But we were all talking about that. How kind of crazy it is that they don't even give you any sort of discount on a park day. Because you know what? They would have. I think they would get more of your money because we didn't even go to the park. They would get more of your money if they gave you a discount? If they gave you a slight discount. Because we would have gone. I'm telling you.
Well, I can assure you they've done studies on it psychologically to know whether that would work or not. And the pros have said it wouldn't work. Because if it did, they would 100%
I don't know. Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, they lost out on our money. So.
Promise you they have. Majority rules there.
But isn't that nuts, though, that you do, you pay for the race and then you get no, incentive, no discount, nothing to anything Disney. None of their parks, nothing.
And everyone still does it. Genius business model.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
They're making their money.
It's that simple. You're not going to not go because you didn't get a discount. That's the thing.
Well, we didn't.
But you're not going to not do the race. They'll at least get your money for the race.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just because they don't give you a discount on the park. So that way, anybody that do get to the park, they're just making the full profit on it they normally would. So.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong there.
Anyway, but you were up early, right? 3:30 or something like that.
It was here, at home. We hadn't really adjusted time wise, but here it was a 2 a.m. alarm.
Yeah.
So, but we set our alarms for 3 and. By 3:20 a.m., I was covered in glitter and my hair was braided and we were in our little outfits with our bibs on and ready to go.
You wore a bib to a race?
Yeah, that's what it's called. You can tell we're a bunch of runners over here.
I knew it's what.
Yeah, you just wanted to get a reaction out
that
of
was
me.
good. It almost pulled
me.
It almost pulled out.
When
just
I was
then.
saying bib, I was like, he's gonna say something stupid about a bib. Like that really didn't run through my head. It all happened that fast. But yeah, you know what a bib is.
Yeah, we have 3 of them for our toddler.
No, a race bib. Anyways, and we went, and then what was the wildest thing? So I had that 3 a.m. alarm. We had to be there by 4:30, and then I didn't start running until it was after 6. Yeah.
Why did you get up at 3 if you didn't have to be there until 4:30? Y'all stayed 10 minutes away from the place.
Well, we wanted to be there. I think now that you say this, I'm like, I don't really remember. I think we wanted to leave by 3:45 to get there at 4. I think 4:30 was like the latest we needed to be there. And I do remember that for everyone that really cares, which is nobody, we had to walk a good ways. Like from where we parked, and then we had to go through security, and then we had to get all the way over to where the starting line was. And there was like a good bit of stuff to do, and we want to make sure we had time to like go to the bathroom or whatever. So
well, I went full Mr. Mom mode while Savannah was living her best life down in Orlando.
Also got to go to Universal. That was very fun. So go shopping. It was a fun girls trip.
And
for sure.
You got to fly. You didn't have to drive it.
And we flew it, which is so funny because there's no way we could have driven home. Like I would have been dead.
I was so tired.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know how I would have
It's driven. Just so, there's no words for the difference in the value in flying down there. Like, when we started flying down there, you could fly to, there's one, Southwest is the only airline that flies direct from Birmingham down there.
Yeah, it's like an hour flight.
And it's really the only one that's really worth it because if you have to connect in Atlanta or connect in Dallas, it makes no sense. You're just driving. But Southwest will fly direct. And you used to get at this flight for $125. It was cheap.
$110, right?
But now they're closer to $250 to $300. Still, though, the value is pretty good because
I feel like it's less and less now that like the Orlando airport is nuts. Like,
yeah, it's busy, but still, you're there in 50 minutes.
But you're renting a car. Like, they're just it's just such an ordeal. And, you can sit here and argue,
but all that time, you're still...
Stage of life, like, whatever.
Oh, that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. But, like, with Jack, I would do it. But Jack and Tate, I'm like, oh. But then you kind of argue that having your own car in your own space...
Yeah, having your own car is definitely... We if you remember last year, if you listened to the Girl Green show last year, when we went to Disney, we got the best of both worlds because we flew and we got to have our car.
I forgot we had our car.
Yeah, that changed everything.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
I totally forgot we had our car. I was thinking back as I was there this past time because we had not flown here since we went last January. Yeah. And I was like, I don't even remember being here like at the airport or anything with Jack. Like, I don't remember it well at all, but I had totally forgotten that like my brother and sister-in-law drove our car down there so that we would have it riding around, and then they drove it home, and we flew home.
Just not having to worry about rental car logistics and like keeping it clean, something getting spilled in it. Like,
how
it's
did
just so nice.
I don't even remember how we got to the house.
Your parents rented a car.
My parents flew. I forgot my parents flew. That was the biggest thing. Yeah. My parents flew. My parents rented a car.
Correct.
That's what it was. I remember now. Yep.
So,
anyways, it was a great time, but we were exhausted.
Let's not overlook the most important part of this trip.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Jeremiah survived.
Mr. Mom mode over here.
Mr. Mom. No one died.
No one died.
Somebody was sick. That was okay. Jack.
Oh, he had an ear infection. I don't consider that sick. But yeah. He wasn't like puking anywhere.
No, but gosh, he's unwell.
Yeah, he
had a kid with an ear infection. They're unwell.
Yeah. He was definitely a little whiny. But my claim to fame is we made it through Thursday to Sunday with no timeouts. And
yeah, if you're a mom, you're just like, right, you just don't even tell me that. Yeah. Like, just don't even tell me that. You're just gonna piss me off.
I told Savannah that. She said, "Why? Why would you say that?
Why do you have to tell me that? Like, wow, okay, so basically, I need to move to Orlando.
Well, because I literally didn't even think about it until we were like having the conversation. I hadn't even processed that it actually happened. But
right, I really am happy for you.
Yeah, it was. Hey, I'm happy for me. Like, made it a little more smooth, for sure.
And it was a crazy weekend. Like, you had a t-ball practice. He had his first t-ball game.
Oh yeah,
church,
yeah. Let's talk about that real quick, okay? Managing a 3-year-old, not a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and 10 other 3-year-olds.
Let's preface, like, let's let the people know you had a lot of help. We had multiple friends on the team.
Debatable, but yes.
Hey, they were helpful. It was better.
But the premise is, showed up, got a 3-year-old to his first T-ball game with a 1-year-old.
With both sets of our parents
there.
I
had the 1-year-old for a good chunk of it.
Both sets of our parents this game.
They did help,
we had multiple friends at this game that were very helpful.
Yes. I had plenty of help.
Yes.
But still, come on.
So let's not discount that. Yeah, I'm giving you all the pats, but you're not giving your people pats.
Yeah, they did good. They helped a lot. I could not have done it without them. Jack, I spent the night with my parents.
You give me some pats.
You did prep everything.
Everything was prepped down to the hour. Yeah. But it was a good time. That was my first time.
It was a team effort.
Very much so, team effort. That was my first time leaving both boys like that for like any sort of trip or anything. So
you've been gone overnight, but not
I think I've just gone for one night. Like, gosh, and I didn't even do that until a month ago. Yeah.
There was no other one?
I don't think so. The concert.
Yeah.
I know there's back in October. Yeah, that was the first time. Yeah. Anywho, but yes, we have recovered, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
This week, yeah.
One way that we haven't even really talked about this that much, but like our life is dynamic has changed a little bit the last couple weeks. Really, since we've done it, since I've been on the show, my role in work has changed a little bit, kind of dramatically. My day-to-day has changed a lot. We lost our one of our landscape foremans. Our landscape foreman, not plural. And so that was my role previous to him. And so I was mainly in a sales and estimation role when he was on. And now with him gone, I'm kind of thrown back into the field. That is the thing about running a small business is even having 5 to 10 people, you're still one call away, one mistake away, one injury away, one quit away from like being thrown back into the fire a little bit. And this one it's been interesting. I'm excited for what it's going to do for us, but it's taking me back to like 2022 time, 2023 time, like back when Jack was young. Because I removed myself from the landscape field in 2023 for the most part. And then I've been in and out since then. There's been times where I've been heavy, been times where I've been not heavy at all, but now we're back pretty heavy. And so it's changing, like our dynamic's changing. My day-to-day is different. I had some more freedom when I was in like that sales estimation role a little bit as far as just like day-to-day schedule goes. But now it's like, hey, I'm in production role. So I'm out the door at 7, crews rolling out, I'm rolling out with them, and get out of the door, managing those logistics and things has been a change. And also, I think the biggest change is I'm doing a lot more nighttime work now than I had been, which is an adjustment for sure. Because, again, production role all day.
The other stuff still has to get done.
The other stuff still has to get done. So it's back to like, oh, man, okay, I forgot what this was like a little bit.
Yeah, it's a grind.
Yeah, it is. We've done a pretty good job, I feel like. Like, I don't think we have any real like arguments about it or anything. I think that a lot of it hopefully is because you realize that like it's just where we're at right now. Like nobody wants to be in this situation. 100%.
But I think time has been a gift to us, at least in this situation. Like I have perspective now that I didn't have 3 years ago, as far as like, maybe a couple things. Like one, I know this isn't forever. Like I know that it will not be this way all the time. That it is just a season. And 2, like I'm hopeful that there's just been like some overall maturity. Like I kind of just, even though it sucks, it's like, no, this just is what it is. Like this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. These things have to get done regardless of whether or not we want them to. Like it all feels a little more real, a little more heavy now, maybe that we have 2 kids. Like This isn't just like, oh, I want attention anymore. This is like, no, these things matter for like the overall well-being of our home. And like, while yes, it's tiring, and like I was joking around with like somebody a couple weeks ago. We were talking about like silly, like when you go to bed, like husbands and wives, like if you go to bed together or not. And I have a really good friend that works night shift, and so she was talking about how like it's their normal to not go to bed together.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, like we try to go to bed together every night. But then I was sat there and thought about it, and I was like, honestly though, like the past few weeks have been so all over the place. Like we have not. I'm not saying that that's something that like you've gotten bad at. I'm just saying that is like
that's just the logistics of it right now.
That's just a logistic or like a small like thing that affects us in our marriage like day to day by what's going on right now in the business. So it's like, I think 2-3 years ago, like that would have really upset me, like consistently us not going to bed together, because that's just something that we care about. But now it's like, it's not that I don't care anymore, but it's like I think I've just accepted and have learned like there's no point in me getting upset about this or trying to start anything about this or making you feel bad about this. Like,
it just doesn't solve it. Nothing good comes from it. Yeah.
Right. And so, I don't know. And I think that, I don't know.
So, yeah, my thing with that is like, that is 100% true. I will back up and say 3 years ago, yes, you definitely got upset. And this now, like, it's not been an issue, which is like, I'm super thankful for, because again, I want nothing more than to be able to go to bed together, right? But that's just not it's a matter of fact, it's not where we are right now, right? So I would say, like, let's go back to 3 years ago, right? Knowing what you know now, being in what you know now, and feeling what you feel now, like, give some insight and some, I don't know, talk to that person, that spouse who maybe like they're in the beginning, right? They're in that year 1, 2, 3 when this is every night, right?
Right.
Like when I first started in 2020, when we got married, like this was all the time.
Yeah.
This was all the time. We were kind of blessed because you were working nights that first year.
Well, and when I wasn't working nights, I was working till like that 11 p.m. that evening shift. So like,
so it didn't matter.
We did our share of not going to bed together. Like,
correct.
And I think, you know what, like as we sit here and reflect, I think that's why it started to matter to us so much. Like, I remember when I stopped doing that evening shift, like that was part of it. Like we can go to bed together every night. Yeah. Like, cause we were so inconsistent with that for the first couple years of marriage. Like, I think that was why we wanted to do that. And that's why it became so hard when like that shift happened, you know, after Jack was born or 2020, you know, whenever that was. But, I don't know. It is so hard to like fully wrap your brain around things and fully grasp them as somebody that's like in it, hearing it from somebody that's gone through it, because I think that it's like, I don't know. It's just hard when you're in that for the first time.
Yeah, but I will tell. But you didn't have anyone telling you that had been through it.
I guess I'm just putting myself back in those shoes of like.
Yeah, so like.
I feel like I can sit here.
You should speak very directly to those people. And
yeah,
like,
I just remember being like, yeah, that's great for you. That turned out okay, but that doesn't mean it's going to for me. Like I had a very hard time, which just like also just probably had to do overall like where I was in my like walk in my heart and like things I was going through. But I think what I would say to myself and to you, like, you know, not necessarily to you, but like about you, is like, I remember just feeling and have learned like you didn't need, how do I say this? Like, I was supposed to be the one person that like, no matter what, wasn't going to make you doubt yourself or like question why you're doing what you were doing. Yeah. And anytime like me nagging at you or like making you feel guilty was not me like lifting you up or encouraging you or pushing you to keep going. Yeah. And so when I realized that like that was the effect that had on you, and I don't even know that you've ever come out and said that to me, but like you can just tell. Like, there's just some conviction. I was like, this is not uplifting to you in any way. I think that was one factor of like, no, like my role as a wife is like not to cause you to feel any guilt or like, for you to feel bad.
And you say role as a wife. That's just role as a spouse, by the way, right? That's totally interchangeable.
But just
right?
like that's as I'm a wife that like is like supports you. Like
correct, but that's your husband. As your husband used to be the same way to your wife. Right?
Yes,
don't get that twisted.
No, not at all. But like my role as a wife to support you in your God-given role as a husband to like provide for our family.
Yeah.
Like those, like I'm to be like that. I feel not that being a supportive husband is not a God-given role, but I'm like to be like your aid and your helper and like love you and push you and encourage you in that way. And like that was the opposite of what I was doing. So some of that like conviction, some of that also is just like, I just think that I would tell somebody you just can't give up on them. Like, and I think that, again, that's something that I can sit here and say with time, right? Because we talked a lot about that in the beginning, how like I just needed time. Like, not that I didn't believe in you or that I didn't want you to succeed, but with just some things that like I probably struggle with more with like being nervous and anxious, especially we talk about like money and is this all going to work out and like where are we even going and what is this all for? Like I needed to see it happen. Like I needed some time to get under our belt. And so I just also want to encourage anybody that like maybe feels that way, that there's nothing wrong with that feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. Like not everybody's born with this like super optimistic go-getter, like everything's going to be fine attitude. Like, and that's like
opposites attract.
Yeah, they do. I feel the need to say that those things are very different than like our faith that we talk about, because for a long time I like used that to justify like lack of faith in certain areas. So very different, very different. But as far as just like business, late nights, all those things that come into play, it's okay to feel like you need some time under your belt to be like fully, woohoo, this is it. This is what we're doing. This is so fun. And like, even we're only 6 years in. Like, we're talking 6 years into our life. Like, our life as a married couple that own a business and like have this relatively unconventional way of providing for our family and creating a life for ourselves. Like I'm just now starting to accept that like, I don't think that there will ever be a point that we're just like, we sit back, kick our feet up and we're like, we don't care about anything. And you disagree? You're just like staring at me.
I'm listening. I'm waiting to see where it goes.
I just think that like, learning to accept that there will always be a degree of uncomfortable will give you so much like peace even in these seasons. Like these seasons of like things are uncomfortable right now, like this is not rocking my world the way it would have 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because with time I've learned that like, hey, this is just our life. Like
this is part of it. Yeah.
This is part of it, and that's okay. Like this is what we signed up for. But like I just have to pair that with like my faith in Christ and like knowing that this is not our end all be all. Like our life is so much bigger than just cutting grass and you having to go out and have late nights. There's so much more that goes into play. So like,
well, there's a lot more impact happening too.
Yeah.
In different ways. What I would say to the, like, it's okay to feel that way is, it's okay to feel that way until you start acting negatively towards your spouse, right? That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And like that was very, we've never even talked about this on air. Like it was hard. It was a hard couple years of the very beginning, right? When you were stressed about a lot of things, and
I think
it was just everything is unconventional to the way that you've been brought up. We've talked about that a lot on
We've been very open about
Mondays,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Just very, very different. And so it was a lot. It was a lot of building trust, right? That's what a lot of time was.
Yeah.
But in that, right? Like, and from the person who's building the business, right, is like, as that role as the wife, the supporter, that there is no more important role to your husband than that, right? Like there is no more important
especially
role.
in this,
Especially in this season, right? Yeah. And I was not always perfect, right? I didn't do a lot of things right during that time of like talking and communicating through what we were doing and like casting the vision and telling what was happening and making sure that you felt like you were taken care of in your ways. Like I was not perfect in all that, right? You have said openly, like you weren't perfect in support and things like that.
Right.
That is very hard, right? It's very hard on the person who is trying to build the thing.
Yeah.
The one person that they should be able to turn to
right.
Doubts everything.
Them. Yeah.
Right. And we got over that. You never doubted me. Don't hear me say that, right? There was never any doubt. There was never anything like that. It was more of just like a nervousness, an anxiousness, an unsettledness.
Well, it was just like, when is this going to be worth it? Like, that type of feeling of like, I'm really trying to be bought in, but like, I'm going to need to see something, or I'm going to need to feel this like sense of.
The money thing early on is very hard too, right? Yeah. Like when your husband comes and tells you how I'm about to go spend $15,000 on a lawnmower, you're like, what? Come again?
Wait, we don't have that. Yeah, like, where are you getting that?
And that's a hard one too, right? Because a lot of dude, when you're young, you're just building a business. You're proving yourself to everyone, right? You're proving yourself to yourself. You're proving yourself to the bank, to your dealers, to everyone, to your family,
to your dealers,
and like to your spouse at the end of the day. But like when you sign up to marry someone who's going to run and build a small business, you sign up for that support. And if you can't give that support, you need to really rethink what you're doing if you're not married yet. And if you are married, you need to really take a step back and look and say, like, what do I need to change? Because and again, I'm not saying that the dude building the business is perfect, right? I was not perfect.
No.
But I can tell you right now, I can like pull people out of my head, names that have gone through and are going through this right now, like with support from spouses and feeling negative, like hearing negative thoughts and not being able to, like, is it going to be worth it? And they're killing themselves. They're working. They're like, they're trying, right? Yeah. And that negativity just has to leave.
Yeah. Well, because I just like, if we talk about this support and whatever, like, I just feel like I don't like to talk about this as in like it's better or different or whatever than other married couples, but there is a part of me that sits here and like reflects and thinks about just like the differences of owning your own, like building a business, not even owning a business, because that's a lot. Building a business by yourself.
Yeah.
Not by yourself as in like you don't have support and like people giving you insight, but like you don't have anybody else that's like
there's no other partner in the business. Yeah.
That is a different level of belief in someone and support than it is just like you want to get this promotion. Like you want to do this hard job. And I'm not like diminishing the people that work hard at their jobs by any stretch, or like what it takes them to get to where they are. But like, or the people that like go work for a company, like at all, like you people that like spend years to get their degrees or like, they support their spouse through school. Like I'm not that, those are very hard things. Come on,
guys, you've listened long enough. You know that. Don't get caught up in the weeds there. We're supporting you. We're not saying we're
right. But I'm talking like very specifically to people that are young and married and that they are building a fresh business. It's really hard. This is not the same way of just like, I love you, have a great day, like I'll see you at dinner, it's gonna be great. Like, I mean, you are in the mud. Like, I mean, like not even in the trenches. Like
you're in the slop.
You're down below that. Like it is so different, and it can feel so isolating because it's not the same thing as your friends' husbands that go to work and they get home at 5 and then they shut their laptop and they have dinner together and play a game or watch a show and go to bed. Like it is a different life, like 100%. And again, I don't think that makes us better than anybody. I don't think that makes...
It just makes you different.
It just is different. But I will say that, though, because I do think that that level of support and encouragement, it's another level. And I think it matters that much more because of what they're doing day in, day out alone. Because the weight of the, like, I just can't fathom the difference that feels of, like, you don't just show up for work. And if you get fired, I mean, yeah, technically you could go get a job somewhere. Like, if you walk away from your job, you have something to fall back on and you can get a job within 2 weeks. Like, like every single day that you wake up, you are solely responsible for.
Yeah. Especially in the early days.
Yeah. Like, everything is on you all the time. Yeah. And so to be married to somebody that is walking through that, like, I do wish I would have been more prepared or, like, felt more prepared for what that was going to look like on a daily basis. Because I obviously, we talked about that, like, fell short in many ways. Still do. But I think it could have been much better for us, like, in our early years if I had more perspective on the impact of my support to you. Yeah.
And the same thing goes for the guy that's building the business. And this, again, it's totally interchangeable. If your wife is building the business, you need to be supporting her the same way that we're talking about Savannah supporting me, right? Like, it's the same thing. But the same thing goes that if you're not getting that support now and you don't know what that feels like, then, like, you don't know any different. You just feel like, why am I doing this every day, right? Yeah. I would say, like, you staying home from work has created a lot of good. It's created challenges. Yes. It's created a lot of learning curves, a lot of hard conversations, a lot of hard realizations. Yes. It's created a lot of things, right? But I think definitely more good than bad, first off. Definitely more good than bad. Yeah. That is when I believe we had the biggest shift in, like, why this, like, one, your support for what I'm doing, but then two, like, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, we're doing what, like, I'm going to work every day and trying to build this thing so like, you get to help build a family, right? Like, guys, this is gonna go so many different ways, and I don't want to get caught up in this. Go do any research, and I'm not even going to talk about what we're doing for school yet. I don't know, right? We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I will tell you this because it's just facts based. The current school system, the way that it sits today, was created in an age where we were raising kids that needed to go work in factories. We needed industry workers in factories, right? Go look it up. Go do all the research on it. It's there. I promise you. That's how the current education system was built. One teacher in front of a class teaching all the same curriculum. They get up, they go year over year, grade after grade. They graduate, they go work in factories, right? That is what happened. Go look it up. That's not me just having a biased opinion on it. You staying home for us, was a very conscious effort to say, okay, I'm devoting a lot of time and a lot of energy into building this business that is different. It's hard, but I want to afford us some opportunities, right? This is one of those opportunities to where you get to stay home. Doesn't come without its own challenges, by the way, right? Having multiple toddlers at home to manage all day by yourself. Hey, Savannah can tell you some stuff, right? Like, it's not easy. Yeah. It has afforded you the opportunity to do that, to be a full-time mother role. Yeah. To not have to send our kids to daycare, to not have to send our kids into the school system if we don't want to, and that time comes. Because that's what we're passionate about. And we took that upon ourselves and made the decision together. And there was a lot of, the conversation that always comes back to me the most is coming home from Equip. That's the one that I always think of the most. And, like, I think it was 2020. Was it 5? 4? No, it would have been 23. Yeah.
Because I left in 24.
22 or 23. It would have been 23 then. Yeah. And we just, like, 5 hours from Louisville to home. Like, that's what we talked about. Just the good and the bad to both. Like, what do you want? And it was very hard. It was very hard to choose. Yeah. looking back now, though, I don't think that you would say I would change the decision we've made.
No.
There have been bumps along the road.
No.
It's not been perfect. But I don't think we would change anything about it.
No, I wouldn't change it. I think it's taken me a long time to accept, because I've been very honest about, like, the stay-at-home thing for me was not, like, I didn't grow up wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. Like, that wasn't my first choice. Not that I did not, like, I don't
You weren't against it. You just weren't.
I wasn't anti. It was like, that's just not me. Like,
there are people that want to have kids and want to raise kids and stay at home.
And I love that for them.
Yeah.
Like, I love that for them. I think God puts that desire in their heart, whatever. I wanted to go to school. I loved school. I wanted to.
She's a freak.
I loved, like, just the health industry, like healthcare, whatever. I had, like, other things that I wanted to do, like, with my degree after I started as a nurse, like, ways to advance that. Like, I always in my brain was going to work in some capacity. Like, maybe not 5 days a week when I had kids, but, like, in my brain, like, I was going to use my degree. Like, I worked really hard. I worked as a nurse for, a lot of years, and the more time you're there, like, and I was not, like, at a position to where I was, like, irreplaceable by any stretch of the imagination. I was a warm body in a hospital. Like, don't get it twisted. But
you had built some rapport.
I had built rapport, and, like, I had built my skill set. I had built my knowledge. Like, I had built some, like, status as far as, like, what is that word? What is it? Look, when you've been somewhere a long time, like, seniority, like, within, I enjoyed where I was. I felt like what I did mattered. Like, I was not terrible at it. Like, and so it is hard for me sometimes, like, even now, like, it's not hard for me to say, like, yes, that was a decision that I should have made. But sometimes it's hard for me to not, like, it's still something that I'm not, like, I don't know what I'm saying. I think it was just, like,
it's still something that you think about and you're like, man, that was a tough decision.
Yeah. Like, I think I'll always look back at that and be like, that was a really hard decision. Will I ever look back and regret this time with my kids? No. Because I know it actually won't always be there. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, literally.
Going back to
you
that.
You can go and get a nurse job anywhere if you want.
Right. Anywho. I just think that
it's hard. We're not diminishing that, right?
No. But I can with full confidence say that I don't think my life would be better or easier if I was not home with them.
No. And I don't think, I personally do not think that you could have stepped into a full supportive role still working outside the home in the stage of life that we're in right now.
I don't think that
not the way
Savannah could have done that.
No. Correct. Yeah, I'm not saying anybody individual.
Right. I know
our relationship, our dynamic.
Yeah, for where Savannah and Jeremiah were getting ready to have a second child. If I would have continued to work, I don't think that it would have been great for our marriage.
No.
And I can actually very confidently say it would not have been.
Yeah, it would have been rough. It would have been very rough.
Well, it's not always smooth sailing with me home. So, that's just being honest. But, no, we were very confident and
But thankful. The thing about, like, good things, they're hard. They're hard to create, right? Good things come through hard work. And having a good marriage, having a good family, that's not easy, right? Like, that is not easy. I think about the way that I was raised a lot, and you probably have your own stories, but, like, I think about the way that I was raised, like, very biblically sound, we always had everything we needed. We didn't have a bunch of extra, but we had everything we needed.
Yeah.
And, like, it was hard, but it was hard. Like, my dad was in full-time ministry. Yeah. My mom was in corporate world. So, like, for a long time. She didn't start staying home until I was in 9th grade.
I always forget that it was that late.
I mean, I was 15 years old. So, like, the majority of my childhood.
Which is so funny because I feel like most people do the opposite.
Yeah. Now, I had a brother, my third brother is 7 years younger than me. So, like, he would have only been 7. Yeah. He didn't know much outside of that. But for the majority of my childhood, she was in corporate world. And so like she was the breadwinner. She was going out and providing every single day while also managing and running a home and doing all the things. And like that was not easy on them.
Oh gosh, no.
To build the family that we had. Like it was not easy. It was very hard.
Yeah.
But I know looking at it today, they're gonna sit back and say, like, yeah, like it was hard, but it was good, right? Like,
well, and
they raised 3 good children,
to a degree,
and
like you just do it, like it's your life, and that's what you chose, so we just do it.
And I'll tell you this, we have not talked about this at all. You can hear we say that phrase a lot, right, on this show. Like this is just no, like we haven't talked about this a lot. This show just brings out these conversations.
It does.
I was talking about this the other day with who's it? Oh, with when they were here last night. I'm talking about having kids and stuff. Alicia Brentzel posted a picture the other day of the kids lined up in 2021.
I saw
or 2022.
I saw that. I liked it.
With the house in the background. Mm-hmm. And they were all so young.
Yeah.
Like, so just little, they were tiny. They were little kids. And a picture of them today, all lined up in front of the house, same thing, backs turned. And it's like, I don't know why that picture hit me. Because I was like, there's no world in which, like, the last 4 years, 5 years for them has probably been chaos. Like, one of their kids wasn't even born in that picture. I was going to say, I think they're missing Deegan. Yeah. Like, it's just been chaos. They run a massive business. They run multiple businesses. They're the most busy, chaotic family I've ever seen. I've ever known personally, right? They do big things. Everything they do is big, right? But they do it extremely well. And there's no part of me that I could call him right now and say, do you regret having this many kids, right? He would never say no. Like, they would never look at that picture.
Never say yes.
Yeah, they would never say yes. They would never look at that picture and say yes.
Yeah.
There's zero part of it. Right. There's zero chance that would happen.
Yeah.
And it makes, like, we're in this conversation of, like we have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and we're like, okay, how many kids do we want to have, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it will be hard. Like, it will be hard to have another kid. It'll be hard for, like, the first year of their life. It's not my favorite. I don't enjoy it that much, right? I don't enjoy it that much. I don't enjoy the baby phase. They say, oh, you'll miss it one day. Jack's 3.5. Haven't missed it one time. Haven't
had the opportunity to miss it because we had another one. You're not going to miss it for 20 years.
Have not missed the pre-1-year-old at one time, right? And so with that, I'm sitting here saying, like, we're going to have more kids. Lord willing, have more kids.
I think this just goes back to the whole little phrase, which is another thing that we don't have to get into tonight. But I think it just goes back to the, like, you choose your hard.
You do choose your hard, but it just hits me. I'm like, it's so hard in the season.
Like, it's
so hard in the season. It's hard for everybody. There's just zero chance we would look back in 10 years and be like, yeah, I probably would have done it differently.
Well, you don't have to say you would have done it differently, but I feel like you...
No, I'm saying I probably wouldn't have had kids. That's what I mean by that. I probably wouldn't have had this many kids.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing in our life right now.
Yes, that's our biggest, like, factor.
Yeah. In our next 10 years, that's what our biggest factor is. Like, how many kids we're going to have.
I don't think there's anything wrong, because we're not out here advocating for having 15 kids.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
I do think there's some, like, wisdom and, like, you know, having some self-awareness.
For sure. Financial status and things like that.
What we can support, what you feel like you actually genuinely physically have the capacity for versus, like, what you feel like God has called you to and will sustain you through, because, like, just because, you know, you think, oh, I don't know how I could ever do that. Like, you know, if God has that for your family, like, He will be faithful. But also...
Personal story, 30 seconds or less right here. We have people in our church. They adopted a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Talked to them the other night. They literally had, it's not even physically possible, they had 7 kids, 6 and under. Think about that for a minute. 7 kids, 6 and under. They had multiple foster kids during that time that turned into adopted children. I was talking to the mom. I was like, literally, how did you survive? Like, what did you do? She was like, there's times I don't remember, which I think everyone would have.
Yeah.
Right? But she looks now and she's like, yeah, like, the Lord just guided us through it and held our hand and showed us the way.
Right. But I'm just saying, I just think there's a difference there in, like, trusting that, but also just saying, like, No, like I genuinely don't think that like where we're at, we have the capacity to like love and lead another child well. Like, and that's I think that's okay.
You just have to pair like we're Christian worldview outlook here, right, on the show. You have to pair that with a firm relationship with Christ and know and like where that like prayers to Him, like what does this look like for us?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you there were times when they had those kids that she was like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore, right? Yeah. Like the human aspect says I can't do this.
That does come in like your constant like communication submission to Christ's will. Because if you, I mean, but I also feel like she probably knew in those moments, like, I can't do this, but I know this is what He has for me. That's how I feel almost every day when you say, oh, Mom, like, I can't do this, but I know this is what God has for me. So, like, He's going to be faithful in it. And so that's where I would say that that goes.
Which is where the peace comes from, too, by the way. Right. Like, let's not overlook that.
Yeah.
If you don't have that peace, you're going to be missing something for a long time that you won't find anywhere else.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big factor. Yeah. So.
We'll also say this is not a baby announcement.
No, it's not.
We're not there.
Not at all. It just is. I don't know why. That one just hit me. I was like, yeah, there's just no world. There's no world, and you see that, and you're like, yeah, it would be better without 5. It just doesn't happen. So, anyway, well, we're a little bit long-winded tonight. Excited to be back. Excited to be back to you here. We missed a week last week, and I went in here the week before, so excited to dive into some stuff like this. I am really excited for where we're going to go this summer. I think that we're going to dive into a little bit what we talked about tonight, a little deeper. So just stay tuned for more on that and kind of what that looks like as we navigate that the next couple of months, because it is a very real thing. It's a very, very, very real topic. Like, support of the spouse is so crucial.
Yeah.
And no one was teaching us that, right, when we started. Like, no one was teaching us that. And what it turns into is, like, you're at each other's throats then. Because, again, it's like the book Love and Respect. If you've never read that book, go read that book. If you feel any of these feelings, go read that book. It's talking about how the wife needs to feel loved, the husband needs to feel respected, right? So in this example of like you supporting the person that's building the business, the guy goes out, he cuts grass all day, he kills himself, he comes home, he does estimates, does all this stuff. The wife doubts, the wife's not supportive, well then he doesn't feel respected, but she doesn't feel loved because she doesn't get the time she needs, and then you're in the crazy cycle, right? Like that's where this goes, and it's just something that you got to get a handle on early.
Yep.
So, any closing parting words of wisdom or anything?
Oof, I don't think so.
Oof, I don't think so. You guys start bringing some words at the end. You always just don't ever end us out.
I brought some words
to the end of the show.
Oh, so sorry. Have a great week.
Are you proud of your women's show? We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah,
what did y'all even talk about?
It's fun.
What did y'all talk about? I haven't listened to it.
Multi, is that the right word? Generational, like community, like having people in your life and
different age groups.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, just the value that brings when you allow people to speak into your life that are in different stages of life.
Yeah, different stages are everything. It means a lot. Like I can learn something from a teenager right now.
Yeah, 100%. And it's all about your outlook, like being willing to learn and listen.
Yeah, and I would say, like, to wrap that up, I literally have not listened to your show. Couldn't tell you what you talked about.
You edited it.
Mm-hmm. All I do is, there was no stops in it, so I just put beginning and ending on it. So
okay.
That's what you told me. I asked.
I guess. Maybe I can't remember.
With that said, though, like, my closing words here would be, if you have people around you that you know have your best interests in mind, you trust the decisions they make, you know that they're doing what is best, or they want, their attempt at what they're doing is to do what's best for you, please listen. No matter the age, right? Different perspectives matter, right? I could be young. I could bring a different perspective to someone who's 50, and I hope that they have the respect for me to know that I would only say something or present something that is for their best interest, right? Same thing for me. If someone that is 50 talks to me in my life, in my circle that I let in, that I like, hey, we are here, like we're in this life together. If they're going to say something and bring something up about me, our small group now, like right now, is talking about spiritual authorities. But even outside of like the spiritual aspect, just a real life aspect, if those people are in my circles and you have those people in your circles, like listen to what they tell you and the advice they give you. It doesn't mean you have to be a yes man. It doesn't mean you can't like think on your own. It doesn't mean you can't make your own decisions. Very heavily consider what they're talking about. Be respectful in the way that you receive things. I want to always be respectful in the way that I receive things. I haven't always been that way. Take that, whether it's older or younger, someone that's talking to you, and just like, again, if the asterisk next to this is like, if they're in your circle and you have built that trust and rapport with them, think on those things, because I have not always been that way. And so this goes all the way down to what we're talking about tonight of support of the spouse, the guy going out and building the business. If you as the spouse believes that your husband is doing what's best for your family, respect them. If he says something, trust him, follow him, believe in him. Like that will make the biggest difference that you can even really imagine. So my voice is leaving me. I don't want to get hoarse. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This episode is out on YouTube. We did not put 2 weeks out, 2 weeks ago out on YouTube because we didn't have any cameras for you. But this episode's up and live, so go check it out. If you have any questions or any feedback for us, reach out and let me know. Leave a comment on the video. Shoot me a DM. I want to really try to grow our socials here the next year or so and build this show out so it can build its own platform. We appreciate it. Leave us reviews on the Apple Podcast as well. That's huge. So when people do see the show, they can say, okay, there's actually a few people that listen to this thing and maybe worth checking out. So even if you've listened, if you're coming over from Marriage Mondays on Growing Green, if you've listened in the past and left a review there, come leave a review on our new show. That would mean the world to us. There's really... That is really the best thing you can do to help us. Like if you say, how can I help? Like you've got supporting to us, you've supported us in the last couple of years. One, I appreciate that. I'm glad we could. Please just leave us a review. That's really all I ask. It's very simple. It takes 30 seconds. Share it with your friends and family. Come back and hear us next week. Who knows what we're gonna get into, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting, and I'm excited to get in. We're going to a wedding next weekend, so we'll be fresh off the heels of a new marriage. So who knows what we'll talk about? Maybe a little road show, but. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Without any further ado, let's wrap this one up, and we'll catch up with you here on the next one. See you guys.
Phew. Talk about long-winded.
I don't care. We needed a good freaking show.
You don't have to get mad.